Smaug.
So I'm going to go back to genres.
Smaug.
And in particular, why do you think people have such different tastes? And this goes for everything. This goes for music. This goes for movies.
My tastes are good. Everyone else is worse and bad.
This goes for video games. This goes for everything. Like, I'll give you an example. You know, why do some people listen to death metal? Why? Everyone listens to music. I feel like there's a certain spectrum of oral pleasure, which is consistent amongst everyone. You know, like maybe some nice
audio pleasure.
What?
Audio pleasure, like
AURAL, or like as in oral,
Okay.
as in hearing stuff, right? Am I using that word correctly?
I'm not sure. Go on.
My phone even thinks no.
But why do you think people have different tastes, and why does it differ so dramatically? Pretty much what I'm getting is why the hell do people listen to like heavy metal and stuff like that?
Identity?
Because that's just not identity.
I don't think it's necessarily a fact of, like, I'm not sure if those people necessarily think. Also, it's an art. It's like you might not think it sounds good, but as to the conventions of that particular genre, it's skillfully done.
So screaming skillfully done.
Well, yes, and also some people.
I get how the drummers are
some
skillfully
people
done.
like the message of it, and okay.
Oral, AURAL, relating to the ear or the sense of hearing.
Touche.
I won't doubt you on your history knowledge,
Touche.
Kieran, but don't doubt me on my English.
Tomato,
knowledge.
tomato. Potato, potato.
What? What? Okay, sorry, continue. Please continue.
Bow,
What you're
bow.
saying. We're all tired. And
Gosh, Bob, we're trying to run a
make this
podcast
a
here.
quick podcast. It's just going badly. Kieran, please go back to what you were saying.
I was gonna say, I feel like these people that I don't think people necessarily think that this is a. I don't think it's a relaxing or soothing sound. But I think it's within the identity of the genre. It is done well.
I like what you're saying. So do you reckon it comes from like more sort of like a subculture that perhaps they identify with?
Yeah,
and
it's like the fact that I'm listening to this and I've developed an appreciation for this. Means that I belong to this group. Gothic or whatever group that is listening to this stuff these days. I don't know these things.
And do you reckon there's maybe like an emotional attachment to it as well?
Yeah.
Like, do you reckon like heavy metal, generally speaking, is quite angry? Do you reckon it like attaches itself with sort of like maybe feelings of rebellion and stuff like that? Or?
Yeah. I reckon like it's less about necessarily
It's letting the anger out, dude.
And I think
I love how you said that in like a hippie voice. Heavy metal, man, is like all about letting the anger out. That's why I rock out with my dreads out.
Freud's theories on aggression says that if you watch other people display aggression, your own aggression will go lower. Why people go to footy matches.
What about?
I love watching wrestling.
What about movies? And I have like a tangent, like a slightly different angle in this one as well. Why do the tastes between males and females, say, generally speaking,
Social stereotypes.
like social stereotypes, gender stereotypes, all that jazz.
Ooh.
You know, the stereotype is that like boys like action movies and girls like rom-coms.
The other day I watched. We've talked about this before. The other day I don't think rom-coms are all that bad. I think there are some awful ones which are mushy and give the horrible message to people. But the other day I watched Stupid Crazy Love, and I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it.
Okay, here's a test. Okay, to make it real, ask me genres and see if I'll say if I like them, yes or no.
Film genres.
Film genres. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Sci-fi,
Love them.
fantasy,
That's pretty much the same. I love
action,
Whoa.
Love big explosions.
rom-com,
I'm okay with them.
drama,
Dramas kind of bore me.
comedy.
I love comedies.
See, but there's a pattern emerging here. Do you notice the pattern?
Yeah,
Can you think of a
keep on
thriller?
going.
Like, edge of your seat. Dun, 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 dun.
I like those. I like
Not quite
crime.
horror, but thriller.
I like crime thrillers.
Okay,
So,
yeah,
crime.
like-
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love
Gore.
those.
Yeah, like full-on gore.
Gore?
Blood and guts.
And it's like, I'll watch it, but I won't go out of my way to go like, oh, I'm gonna watch this
Well,
movie.
that's
This
sort of
looks
like
good.
indie experimental art house stuff.
No.
No.
And if it goes to horror, it's like I'll only watch it if you like
Wait.
give me puppy dog eyes. Otherwise, I'm like, I don't wanna.
Sure.
'Cause
Okay.
I always thought I was scared of them, and then I watched them like, this is...
Horror is an interesting genre.
It has...
because-
It affects people so differently.
Yeah. I think there's like a minority of people that enjoy going to horror films. I like going to particular horror films. But I don't feel like that's something that really associates itself with either gender. I feel like I know an equal amount of girls that like horror films as I do guys.
That's true. That's true. I think it's a certain type of girl. It's not like the girls, and again, this is all generally speaking. I'm not saying this about everybody, but generally, really girly girls, I think would more often have an aversion to horror films.
Yeah.
Whereas girls are a bit more. I don't want to say boyish. I want to say like
tomboyish.
No, not. No.
It's different.
It's just adding an extra word.
It's still different.
It's got the same meaning, pretty much. But yeah, I think they generally would, prefer like them a bit more.
Is it just like?
Oh, this is like to. Wait, you go.
I'm just thinking, like, is it down to sort of, obviously, as I'm coming to understand more and more these days, that boys and girls are very, very different, and whether or not those differences are down
fuzzy
to
in your private parts.
what?
Sorry, just the way that.
So anyway,
boys and girls are very different.
Most guys like sport, and most girls don't.
Yeah, there's just like
But there's different kind of sports that we like.
there is like a huge difference.
There's one that I love that you guys don't like at all.
Wrestling isn't a sport.
It counts as it's still real to me, damn it.
If it's orchestrated and dramatized, and
Not dramatized. It's all
scripted.
it's all improvised. It's just scripted. They just have the outcome of the winner at the very last second sometimes, and sometimes even the ref gets
How
in the
is
middle
it
of the
a
match of who wins.
How is it a sport if the winner is
They
predetermined?
do stunts and they fight, and it's kind of cool if you watch it and give it a try.
So it's a
Just
theatrical production. It's not a sport.
Yeah, just skip all of the terrible acting and go straight to the fighting.
Okay,
because there's some good
do you
performers.
believe theater is sport?
No, it's a
Okay,
mixture.
then shut up.
It's sports entertainment. It's both.
Jesus, I need to turn your microphone down.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for
Okay,
ruining
so
your ears.
podcast episode title is wrestling sport.
I don't even know what to call this podcast.
No,
it's all over the place.
They call it sports entertainment.
Wait, what? What's called sports entertainment?
Wrestling.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Which wrestling?
They said ever since like the 90s they've called it sports entertainment. And
So what does WWE stand for?
World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah, I don't see the word sport in there at all. Where did you pull this sport
If you
term
look
from?
up wrestling, as in amateur wrestling, that's
Yeah.
a sport.
What channel is
But
it
they
on?
just changed it to pro.
Yeah. Okay.
What
fair enough.
what channel is it
Rest.
The channel
on? Yeah.
for Australia it's Fox 8.
Okay, that's an entertainment channel.
I think of a lot of sports that I watch. on
And it's
Fox.
also on
yeah, exactly.
that's for WWE, but for the other ones it's on
Okay.
Sky. It's on one of the
Let
Fox.
me clarify. Wrestling is a sport. Like, so, as in, is there not some sort of form of wrestling in like an Olympics?
Yeah.
It's
like-
amateur wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a sport.
Yeah, it's grappling.
WWE, not a sport.
A lot of yeah.
Okay. We ground him down,
But,
and we've got to
The professional
met in
athletes,
middle ground.
the professional athletes that train every day
Mm-hmm.
to put
can
on a
sneak in a little bit.
to
Mark,
put on
if you
to
want.
put on a show and entertainment. So it's like it's not gonna have a disappointing ending because they've already written it.
like a
and that's
nil-all
why
draw in a soccer match.
And nil-all draws can sometimes be good, sir. They can be, it's like
can be away
it's like
from-
a epic battle of chess that ends in a stalemate.
If I bought an expensive ticket to a soccer match and it was a nil-all draw, I'd want to riot.
What
no,
what
you're an
happens
idiot.
if
Have
it was
you-
a nil-all draw?
if you
but
go to
both
a
had,
soccer
both
match-
teams had 20 attempts on goal each.
I would say learn a kick.
if you go to a soccer match, no, sorry, if you go to a football match, okay, it's a draw, but the atmosphere is amazing, and that's what you get.
That's true, but goals are actually kicked. Like, I wouldn't mind it so much if it was a 1-all draw.
That's what you get in.
Nil-all
That's
draw
what you get in all
is
like.
just- oh,
That's what you get in all stadiums if you go to these things. Like if you go to wrestling these days, you'll hear everyone doing what's called a yes chant because of an up and coming. Well, he's not up and coming anymore, but he's probably the most famous wrestler in the world at the moment.
I'm sorry, I know absolutely nothing about wrestling.
Yeah, that's okay.
Do they do wrestling in Melbourne? Like if we want to see a wrestling match,
there's
could we go?
there's amateur pro wrestling.
What the hell's amateur pro?
Well, it's just indie circuit, independent circuit.
Look, if
that's all
something's
around
if
the world.
something's pro,
Okay,
it's not
right.
amateur.
Aren't they like? It's an oxymoron, isn't it?
You
They
still
just
have
make
to,
it up
you,
to
you-
things.
you still have to learn all the skills of wrestling and what to do, how to
Okay.
take hits and land on your back properly.
So they're professional wrestlers, but it's not like a legit league, so to speak.
So can
Like,
we all
it's not-
turn and look at this cat?
It's
in a
not
sassy
like a.
pose.
God damn it, Beans!
Look at that hand on the side.
He's just cleaning his junk on my bed. That's all he's doing.
There's an independent league, which is all around the world. There's the AAA, which is Mexico. USA is WWE, and TNA, which is just going into the ground, and some other companies, as well as Ring of Honor, which is like the lead of the independent circuit. And it basically, the winners are always outcome by, how they can wrestle.
Did you just say the winners are always outcomed?
I don't care, Kieran. Shut the fuck up. So, like if you like this person, you want them to win, and then eventually, what they'll do is they'll get him screwed over, or they'll let him win and be the champion. It's basically, you're not going to be champion if people don't like you, if you don't get a reaction from them. So basically, when you start off, you want to get a reaction from them, and if you get really good reactions, they'll boost you to the top.
Yes.
And
That is showmanship, not sportsmanship.
yeah, but then that's the
Yeah.
showmanship, but then they also show the sportsmanship in the ring with what they can do, and all the stunts,
They
how
show
well they work.
athleticism is different
It's-
from sportsmanship. Sport in
Kieran, shush, I'm talking about my thing that I watch.
While you guys do whatever you're doing, I'm gonna Google the definition of a sport.
So basically, what they call it is wrestling. When you're wrestling an opponent, it's like a team sport because they're working together. You want to catch your opponent if they're throwing themselves at you, so they don't badly hurt themselves. Do a proper injury, because fuck off phone.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take off my hat and eat a slice of humble pie because according to this definition, I reckon WWE even as a sport. So this is according to whatever it is when you just type in words into Google.
I think that means
Noun. An activity involving physical exertion, tick, and skill,
Yep,
Tick.
you have to learn skills for it.
in which an individual, tick, or team, tick, competes against each other or another or others for entertainment,
Yep.
tick.
whoa, competes.
True. He's got a good point.
Competition.
Yeah, competition suggests the outcome is not predetermined.
I think he's got a point.
Yes.
Okay, let's
so-
Google the definition of competition.
See, Kieran has to win against this, but I'm always gonna disagree with it because he doesn't watch wrestling. He hasn't given it a try. He hasn't seen what they do and what's behind the stage. If you
If WWE ever comes to Melbourne,
it has-
let's do it.
I've gone.
Let's do it. Let's go.
You'll have fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
The crowd's fun.
Let's do it. I'm no hesitation. Let's go.
You will get you.
How much is it?
I'm in because I love theatre.
Yeah. Okay. Come. It's World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah.
It's,
Anyway.
Okay.
It's also a production company now.
A definition of a competition. The activity or condition of striving to gain or win something by defeating or establishing superiority over others. An event or contest in which people take part in order to establish superiority or supremacy in a particular area. The person or people whom one is attempting to establish one's supremacy or these are just different definitions. Well, it doesn't say anything about predetermined.
It's still.
Yeah,
So, I
but
think
it's
that's
still,
down to your opinion.
Kieran,
I
it's
still
still.
think proving your superiority
Yeah.
suggests...
They go out
I'm
and
not
wrestle.
Googling the definition.
They go out and wrestle to show what they can do, and if you like them, it's like you cheer for
I
them.
feel like you're
And
just setting
if
up
they-
a dating service now. They're gonna wrestle, and they're
No,
gonna
no,
show you what they
yeah,
can
yeah,
do.
no, that's how it
if
starts.
you
That's
like
how
it.
that's with tryouts and everything, and then you either go as a face or a heel. A face is a good guy, and a heel is a bad guy,
Yeah.
and see how the crowd reacts to you. if they boo you, if you're a heel,
Okay.
you're doing well. If
Yeah.
if they cheer you and you're a face, you're doing well. If it's
All right,
opposite,
okay.
they'll pull you down.
I've
So you want to get a good reaction for
I've-
what you are.
I've got
They create characters, don't they?
Yeah.
I've got a question for you
characters.
then, Bob.
Yeah.
Is dancing on stage a sport?
Dancing's a competition.
I'm glad I'm sitting between you guys.
No, no,
'cause
no,
I feel
no.
like it's kind of going to come to blows soon.
No. But if you're dancing on stage, it's physical exertion.
Yes.
It requires skill, and if you're good enough, you'll get asked to come
But
back to
it was
whatever
talking
thing
about a
you are, and you'll
sport
get a
which-
promotion.
What
Kieran,
if
it was
it's a
talking-
dance-off on stage?
Did you ask if it was a sport?
Okay, I could take that as
Then
a
that's a-
sport.
that's a-
if
that's
it
a
was
sport.
judged
It's
and
a-
it wasn't,
yeah. competition.
Cheerleading's kind of pretty close to that, right?
Cheerleading
So,
is a sport.
cheerleading's
which
a
started
sport, I would
in
accept.
Yeah,
Australia
yeah.
and went to America for some reason.
you see, that they're sports, but I reckon they're judged sports, which makes them. I'm not saying it's any less of a sport, but it makes it somewhat subjective as to the winner. It's a point of its own.
I guess.
It's a point of its own. It's not really.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a tangent, but
We've kind of gone a tangent far
Yeah.
enough. So, guys, why don't girls like sport? Generally speaking. I feel like I need to end everything with generally speaking.
There's women wrestlers as well, so you
There
enjoy
is.
that.
But who are they really for?
Hmm?
Are they for the woman interested in wrestling?
is
yeah,
there
there's a lot of
any
women
one
and
of
children are 60% of the crowds now
yeah
in Dota.
define children?
60% of the crowds in WWE
Yeah,
are women.
well, children. No, women and children.
Define
Women,
children. Is children under 18? Because
okay.
Under
and
18.
also are any
So-
of those female wrestlers fully clothed?
fully?
Sorry, I have an itch. I'm not doing anything.
They're wearing sports gear.
Can
So
you
of course
see?
they're not fully geared.
The men
have you
aren't
seen,
fully clothed.
Have you
either.
seen
They're all
UFC?
shirtless.
They're not fully clothed either.
No, that's true. That's true. You got a point.
So do you reckon? I want to.
Oh, but
I
they
still
are
don't feel
sliding
like I've had my
soaps, yeah.
question answered.
Yeah. Okay. Go on.
So you say it's identity, and it's what people identify with.
Yes.
Why do you reckon we differ so differently?
Differ so differently.
Because we want to be different.
We want to be different, so you're just going back to identity.
Or we are just because we are different, so we find different ways to show people.
I don't think it's like
we're
genetic.
an
Here's
individual.
my experiment I want to do, right? I want to take two newborn children.
Identical twins.
One identical twins, sure, but one has to be a boy and one has to be a girl.
Bring one to
And we
wrestling.
put them in an isolation
Then
chamber.
they can't be identical
And
twins.
just
if
like,
one's a boy
we
and one's-
present them with games. It's just like, there's 3 games, let's say, because that has to be more than 2. And they just like, pick which one you want to play.
My Little Pony Adventure, then you have Pokemon, then
And-
you have GDA.
Yeah, I would be curious to see if boys went one way or girls went one way, based purely on instinct and just I don't know. I feel like it all comes down to environment. I feel like it's all like they say.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get scientific for a second here. They say that people are formed by both genetics and B environment. Right,
Yeah.
those are 2 things that influence who you are. And I feel like maybe guys lean towards particular things and girls lean towards other particular things because they feel like that's the expectation of them.
Yeah, no, I feel like some of it is genetics. Blokes, because of an increased testosterone level, are generally more aggressive. And will, therefore, I reckon there would be a lean towards games like, games involving violence, but at the same, and movies and stuff as well. But at the same time, I feel like maybe that would explain like a 10% shift.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of it is
percentages.
that difference taken by society, which runs with it.
Yeah. I'll give you an example, right? I work in a toy store. And I had this customer one time come in. She's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a toy for a girl. She's pretty smart, but she likes playing outdoors as well." And I'm like, "Okay, well, we have like, a science section." And she's like, "No. It's for a girl."
Oh.
And I'm like, "What the? It's science? Since when was science not for girls? Like, my mum was a microbiologist. What's going
Girls
on?"
are relatively smarter than, well, me.
Yeah. Girls are relatively smarter than guys, period. I think I'm happy to admit that.
They make better choices.
They're wiser.
They're
much wiser from a younger age.
Generally mature. That's true.
Their frontal lobes develop faster.
Yeah. Don't they say that like the male's brain doesn't finish developing until like 25 or something?
Yeah, the frontal lobe.
Yeah, there you go. Crazy.
When's their
Your
finish?
brain is still
When does
developing.
their finish? Like 12 because they're like.
No, I think it's about for them. It can be like as early as like 18ish. I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so this one continues. I'm like, well, you know, she's outdoorsy, like it's summer. And we're like, and she's like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. I'm like, well, particularly popular at the moment, even with the girls, is water guns. And she's just like, no, this is for a girl. And I'm like, there is literally a line of water guns specifically targeted for girls.
Oh yeah, like they have the
Nerf Super Soakers.
Yeah,
like
they have
the
the Super
Rebel
Soakers,
series.
and they
yeah.
also have a pink version of like the bow.
Yeah,
that
they're
you
all
get as
pink
well.
and purpley and
Yeah.
girly. And she wouldn't have.
I
it.
want
She
the
wouldn't have a
pink
bar of
one.
it.
I would get a pink one.
So
It still shoots.
and in my optimism, this dad, a relatively young dad, and his young son came in, and they were looking at the Nerf guns, and the boy's just like, I want that bow there, and points to the bright pink and purple one. And the dad was just like, oh really? Oh, it's more of a girl one, that one. And I over the conversation, I'm like, oh, there's a red one too, and I brought out the red one. I'm like, da 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 da.
And he was
And
like,
the
no.
dad's just like, no, I think he has his heart set on the purple and pink one. I'm like, damn straight.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take this away from you. Go for it.
Yep. No, that's
And it's
that's
amazing.
brilliant. That is
Yeah.
really good. And the sad thing is that kid's probably gonna cop crap from that
Yeah.
because that's what 8-year-olds do. How old was he?
No,
He was maybe like
that's
4
not
or
what
5.
8-year-olds
Okay.
do. That's what the parents of the 8-year-olds do.
Yeah.
But
People aren't inherently evil.
yeah.
Except the guy that abused me as I was scootering today. I park a distance from work, right, and take my
Okay.
scooter for the rest of the distance. And I was scootering back from work to my car. And there's like a section where I scooter along the road. I'm going for it. And this guy drives past me in the opposite direction with his window down and just screams out his window at me. And of course I get a fright. I'm like, what the hell was that? And I just hear him hysterically laughing off into the distance. Like, you dick.
And thus the Joker was born.
People should be nicer to people on scooters, is what I'm
Some
saying.
people just want to watch. The
And
world
on that
burn.
note,
That's the name of the episode. People should be nicer to people on scooters.
people should be nicer to people on scooters.
Everyone
It's
will be.
kinda long,
Everyone's like
but I like
waiting.
it.
Everyone's waiting for the title to be in the episode, and it's like right at the end. Bye.
And thus concludes episode 11 of the Pause podcast. Sorry for the delay in getting this podcast. Everyone's busy.
Yeah, can you upload the video?
Goodbye.
Of the
Yeah, I
last
still
podcast?
not upload the
good
video of the last
friends,
one. I will
goodbye.
get onto that pronto when I'm not. Yeah,
The
trying to read
moon,
something.
the bear, and the big blue house. This is
Keep going, keep
copyrighted, so I'll stop. So
Actually,
I'll stop.
So, but before we go,
So I'll
you were
stop.
gonna-
yeah, there was another thing in the the unboxing for Total War Attila. They released a video with the like members of the community team who do like these community videos and stuff, and it was called the Hunboxing, and which I like. And they did this thing where essentially
So the hung boxing is in HUNG.
Was he hung?
no
was he
HUN
hung?
as in Attila the Hun.
Oh,
yeah. The
I
Hun,
missed the historical relevance.
yeah, the Hunboxing, and and they were doing the special edition, and for like Total War Rome 2, they had this guy, and they do the same thing where they've got one of them like sitting up in the office, one of the creative team, and he goes, oh, and we've got this. Then the other time, he got put in this big padded suit and thrown in with a special edition into a thing full of like this ancient breed used in Rome of warhound. And they were like these trained.
Do you understand any of this?
Ripping him down, but anyway. So it
Oh
was
no,
about
he likes
copyright.
history.
In the Hunboxing, they got these like trained, essentially horseback like replica bowmen,
Yeah.
and they gave him these bows, and they were like shooting arrows at him and stuff. So he was trying to unbox this stuff, and then I don't know how they did it, some technical wizardry, but he got shot in the knee by an arrow. And he said, for copyright reasons, I've taken an arrow above the shin.
Well played. That goes back to the Skyrim.
Yeah.
Aha! Full circle.
Yeah.
Circular narrative.
And
hey.
full circle, I can sing the song again. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends.
I've been your host, Ewan. You can
goodbye.
follow me on Twitter at EwanT Roxburgh. This has been Kieran on my left, Callum on my right.
The moon.
We'll
the
see you next
bear,
time.
and the